To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Hey, Matt, this is Lee. I'm calling from national television show Inside Edition. We saw your videos online, YouTube videos exploring Disney World's most forbidden places. Really cool video that we're hoping to share in our broadcast today. If you could give me a call back, my number is 203-6440. Thanks. Bye.
Alright guys, I'm going to tell you about 3 of the most interesting times that we narrowly escaped from Disney World and almost ran into cops. So the first time would be when I sent Cho into ImageWorks to try to get footage. The second time would be when we were scoping out Disney Quest, which is my favorite. And the third time would be when we sent Cho in to film Interventions. The funny thing is he actually just got his wisdom teeth removed, so he kind of went in looking like he had an entire disguise. So the old ImageWorks is located in the Vacation Club member lounge, the DVC lounge in Epcot. He went on to Journey into Imagination, got off the ride. He said it was really fun. Got off the ride and he tried to get up the stairs that lead up there, but about halfway up the stairs, one of the ladies at the desk called him out and we're like, hey, you have to check in, come down here. He says he walked down the stairs, walked out, turned around. She looked like she got on the radio kind of, and he immediately walked right into the seas. He was looking at all the fish and kind of just hanging out for a little bit. So he calls me, he's like, yo, I'm in the seas in the aquarium, it's pretty dope in here, what should I do? I'm like, what happened? He explained what happened. I was like, leave! So he's like, all right, I'm getting on the bus. He gets on the bus. We dropped him off at the Fort Wilderness outpost where all the buses go to. He took a bus to Epcot. So he catches a bus back from Epcot to Fort Wilderness. We are in the Charger at this point, so it kind of looks like we're in a cop car. It was a black Charger. We're parked on the outside of the parking lot in Fort Wilderness. There's a maintenance road right next to the parking lot at Fort Wilderness, and there's a gravel parking lot in between the actual parking lot and that maintenance road. Cho gets off the bus, gets into the car. We turn onto this maintenance road and make a left onto the road, and we follow it past that little bridge, and we make a right at that coming light. As we're making a right onto that road that runs parallel to World Road, 2 Orange County sheriffs come with their lights blaring, and they're coming quick. We're like, oh my gosh. They make a left to head towards Fort Wilderness. They go to Fort Wilderness. We're like, oh my God, you think that's us? It might be us. So mind you, I'm gonna tell you the stories in chronological order. At this point, when we went to Disney Quest to scope it out, I had sold the Charger, so now we're in the bucket, which is like a 98 Hyundai Accent. I don't know, it's basically the bucket. Like, we literally printed out a Florida paper tag off of Google Images. So we're in the bucket and we're heading to downtown Disney. When I went there, I was assuming, whether I may have been dressed as a construction worker, may have not, I was assuming that the lights were going to be on, because when we went there to scope it out, there was people walking in and out. There was lights on in the building from what I could tell. I'm kind of getting spooked out because I'm like, all right, there is more cameras in this parking garage than in a casino. I'm like, you know what, there's no way they haven't noticed us at this point, because we're like on the 7th, 8th floor just looking down at basically the beginning process of the demolition of Disney Quest. After about 10-15 minutes, I'm like, all right, I feel like we've kind of been here too long, let's just get out of here. So we get back into the bucket. Mind you, Chris is driving at this point. We cannot find the way out. Chris manages to end up on the up ramp. We're going down the up ramp, we pop out, and we realize we're on the wrong side of the road. And Chris kind of just looks at me like, what he should do? And I'm like, go! So he goes on the wrong side of the road, essentially, to drive out onto, I believe it's Lake Buena Vista, and make a right onto that main road. So he goes out, makes a right. We make our way back to the interstate. And as we're going, I shit you not, as we're getting onto this turning ramp on the right hand side, the on-ramp to the highway, and we're going around the loop on the ramp, here comes a freaking cop car with the lights blaring, and it just comes flying past and goes onto the opposite on-ramp going this way. And we're like, oh my God, you think that was us? I think that was us. So that was my favorite time, just solely because Chris is inability to drive properly was the only saving grace that got us away. Because I mean, I wouldn't doubt that if we worked our way down the correct way, they might have been waiting down there for us. Just the way that freaking car came flying. I mean, we're on the ramp like, oh, that was pretty simple, you know, nothing happened. And I mean, we just see the lights and he comes flying by. We're like, oh, that might have been us. The third time is when we sent Cho in to Epcot to film Interventions. This time, Cho had his wisdom teeth done. So not only was he very grumpy, but he had almost like a disguise. It was like he had the, he had the handsome chin. Like, he basically looked like, I don't know, he had a strong chin. It was interesting. Anyway, so we sent him in. He's got his nice little disguise. He goes to go into, I believe it was Interventions West, when Interventions East was still active. It might be the other way around, correct me if I'm wrong. Apparently, as he was walking up to the doors, the sliding doors, I told him, you know what I mean, you kind of got to open them up. He said that he was walking up and then this one cast member, this lady, short hair, she came up and like out of nowhere, like just ran up on him kind of. And as he walked up to the door, he saw her coming up to him, so he kind of just turned around and left and tried to like go somewhere else. And then I think he said that he went back again and she like popped out of nowhere again. So he was just like, he calls me, he's like, what should I do? I'm like, leave! He ends up leaving. Say you were to go out of that employee maintenance road and you make a left. There's a bridge, then there's that light where that, I don't know if it's a resort or if it's like a clubhouse or whatever it is, but it's on the left-hand side. If you make a right, that's the way out. We were parked along this bridge and I'm calling Cho. I'm like, where are you? He's like, I just got off the bus. And he is pissed because I guess his medicine ran out because he's got his wisdom teeth removed. He's got swollen jaws. So he's like taking his sweet time. And I'm like, Joe, we gotta fucking go. Where are you? He's like, oh, fuck you, bro, this and that. I start the car, we drive around, and we drive down just a little bit further because I see him walking and he's taking his time. I'm like, Joe, hurry the fuck up. So I pull the car around, pull up next to him. I'm like, get the fuck in. He jumps in the back of the car. He's like, fuck you, bro. Don't ask me for shit. We pull off. As we get back onto the road and we make a right onto that street, the same fucking thing happens. Two Orange County sheriffs are pulling up, but this time they didn't come with their lights blaring. They had no lights on. It came in quiet this time. And I was just like, oh my God, we were fried, but they didn't stop us. The bucket had quite the disguise. So those were the 3 times that we narrowly got away from Disney. Every single time there was at least one Orange County sheriff coming very fast, and we were assuming it was for us. Oh, I can't be here? Oh, okay, sorry. Long live the spot. Anyway, guys, that was the 3 most interesting Disney escapes that I can recall. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe. Until next time, peace.
Hey, Mr. Saints here. This is Mike DeForest from WKMG. It sounds like we got disconnected there. Anyway, just wanted to give you a heads up that tomorrow, Tuesday, we're going to be airing a follow-up just about the website you created and also following up on the Busch Gardens case. I assume you will not be in court tomorrow and just your attorney will, but if there's anything you want to add about that or your new fundraising website or anything else, we would love to include your comments about it. So give me a call back, 407-521-1344. 407-521-1344. Take care.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.